Hello and welcome to the WB Mason Coach Report on GoHofstra.com. Joined as always by the head coach of the Hofstra baseball program, John Russo. Coach, welcome.
Thanks, Len, for having me.
No problem, Coach. So after the first weekend in CA play, 9-9 overall record, tough 3 games lost last weekend to Northeastern. 5 days removed now from that series ending. What are your takeaways with some time to reflect?
I've been here 11 years now as the head coach, and or 10 years, and I thought the best pitching staff I've seen is Elon. They had an All-American on Friday. They had the first rounder on Saturday, and then, oh, by the way, Weatherby, who's one of the best pitchers in the league, on Sunday, and then they had a closer that threw 100. And reflecting, I think Northeastern staff is going to be that good or better when this is all said and done with what their stuff has. They were better than what we planned coming in, and the reason they were better was we'd really prepared to try to eliminate their fastball, and once we showed we could hit it some, it started on Friday night. They were able to throw their slider and curveball at will, and then right when they got that going, they also added a changeup. I thought Murphy and Keene did the same thing on Saturday. And listen, when people are throwing 3 pitches for strikes, there's not going to be much hitting. Really impressed with their closer. Default came in, was 94, 97. Had a couple relievers we really liked, Yost and I think it was Gaggioli. They came in and threw nice innings for them. And listen, their offense, beat us up a little bit on Friday, got to us twice, and then, put us away there in game 3. I think Dupree's as good a hitter as there was in the league. Really impressed with their leadoff hitter. Had a great weekend against us. They played solid defense. I mean, they were exactly the team that I thought they were going in, maybe a little bit better.
Some performances from Hofstra of note, just, I know we talked about him over Evan in the post games, but, Jimmy Joyce really threw a great game on Saturday. Tough loss for him there. Will Kennedy had a good weekend. You got some, pitching from Stephen Basha, came in, gave you 2 good innings. A couple of the freshmen came in on Friday and gave you some, gutsy performances for their first or, second time out this season. So what are your feelings on those guys as you progress throughout the season?
I think Jimmy, we had a rough, break with, late news that we weren't going to be able to get our number 1 on Friday night, and got to commend the 3 freshmen. Could they have pitched better? Sure. But I was really proud of their toughness. Steven came out in the first inning and really had a good first inning, had 1 rough inning. Thought Tristan was really good. And then, you got to really tip your cap to Michael Hanlon, whose first performance of the year is against the best team in the CAA, maybe the best team we've seen all year. And he looked like a wily veteran out there holding the running game, being able to throw off speed for strikes, being able to challenge with the fastball. It gave us 3 really good innings, and I don't think he's thrown 3 total innings in any inter squad for us yet. So, really happy for all the hard work and stuff he's put in to get there. Joyce comes out and gets you 12 strikeouts, no walks on Saturday. And then, Steven has been an invaluable pitcher on our staff, being able to close out that game like it's no big deal, gets another 2 strikeouts. We strike out 15, walk 0 in a 3-2 game. And, I've been really impressed with Steven just as a man. This extra year I think has been invaluable for him and his growth as a, person, teammate, pitcher, everything. I love the place where his head's at right now, and just really proud of who he's become in these 3 years he's been here at Hofstra. And then Will Kennedy, like you said, had a great offensive weekend. Will and I talked on Thursday, and I thought he'd be a good matchup for Northeastern the whole weekend. We knew that they would probably start 4 righties, and so I told him going in that he was going to have 4 games to play all weekend. I think that took a little bit of the burden off of him because he's such an up and down, hot or streaky hitter that I think sometimes he feels like he has to do too much when he gets a start. And really started at game 1 there with the double off left center and the homer off of a kid that we weren't touching at all. And then he kept it going with 3 more hits in a game on Saturday and everything. And Will works hard. Will's in the cages extra. Will gets all he deserves. He's a great teammate, and I know I can count on him. So really happy for him.
All right. That brings us to this weekend at Delaware. Delaware's 1-3 in the league early in the season, but if there's a definition of a key series, this is probably it. I mean, 0-3 going in for us and 1-3 for them. Whoever gets the better in this series, at least makes a move in the standings this early on. So what's the mindset going into this weekend at Delaware, and what's the scouting report on the Blue Hens?
I think you're making a big mistake if you don't think, this weekend is important. You look around the league, JMU might only play 15 conference games. Some teams are down to 18 conference games. We're already down Northeastern and Towson this weekend are going to be down games. And, so that could happen to us on any given moment. And that's why even the rain out on Sunday against Northeastern is huge. And so we need to take every game like it's literally our last game of the season. And we got to go on the road and beat a really tough opponent. Delaware back in the day used to be the big rivalry for Hofstra. Well, now Delaware hasn't played the most games in a year. And so I'm sure everybody's their biggest rivalry. And they're going to come out on Friday night, 7:00 under the lights with their number one, Chris Ludman, on the hill. And he's really good. He's going to be really tough. And we're going to match up Jimmy Joyce. Right now, he's going the best for us. And, let the best man win on Friday. And, my expectation is that game will be a, 2-1, 3-2, 4-3 type of game. And, hopefully we're on the top end of that. And then from there, we're going to have to piecemeal our, starting staff together as we look to try to hopefully get Jet back this weekend and, figure out a spot for him to throw. We've got to get Biello, a start somewhere in there on Saturday. I would think he'll get a start because he's been throwing as good as any guy we have and didn't throw against Northeastern. Either did, Mikulasik hasn't thrown since Sacred Heart. He could be the best closer in the league. And Mott is good and Monday is good. And, Aljo started to throw really well against Rhode Island. We went a whole weekend and didn't throw those guys. And I think our bullpen could be as good as any in the league. And, we got away from a strength going into that Northeastern weekend. I'm really impressed with what I've watched on film so far of Delaware's hitters. And, I know Kyle Baker a long time. He's been a good player in the CAA. Jack Goins, their catcher, always seems to have really good weekends off us. I remember he hit a home run, 2 years ago off of Seamus Brazil. I believe that hadn't landed yet. And, he's just good. They're good players. It's going to be a tough battle to win on the road Friday night under the lights. It's our first game of the year playing under the lights. So I don't know how we're going to react to that. The ball always looks different. Fly balls are different. So we're going to have to come over some adversity to win.
All right, Coach, that's Friday at 7:00, as you said, a doubleheader Saturday, 1:00 and about 4:00 for the game 2, and then a single game on Sunday afternoon at 1. Coach, good luck this weekend at Delaware, and thank you for joining me. You've been watching the WB Mason Coaches Report on GoHofstra.com.